have ponds full of those guys. We had a pond in the field that was drying up. Wet spot. I went out there. We got a whole 5-gallon bucket full of fish. We put them in the pond and they saved their life. And all we did was feed the bags, you know. Fish them up and ate
Yeah. Mason, do you want to hold the alligator? No, that was the medium one, honey. That was the medium.
Share the water.
Come here, I want a kiss.
I think he's trying to flip one.
Don't take them out.
He's pretty fast. Don't take him out.
Don't take them out.
Is it?
You're one of the kids.
Sweetie, let's not climb on the fence.
What is your oldest tortoise here?
Slowpoke, he's 31. That guy right there. And then Hercules is our second oldest. He's like 29. I have no idea what's bothering you today, bud. Touch his face. Yeah, absolutely. So that you'll see some of these tortoises have very smooth shells, and some of them have what we call pyramids. The smooth shell is an indication. The smooth ones, that's the indication of a good diet. They like high fiber. When they start to form the pyramids, that's because they've gotten a little bit too much protein in their diet. World. This big guy right here, his name is Hercules. That big guy back there, his name is Slowpoke. Slowpoke is about 31 years old. They'll live to be about 150, and he will get about 2.5 times that size. So he'll get up to about 250. So they are very active in the mornings. They're very active in the evening, and they are a sub-Saharan species. So they live in the southern part of the Sahara Desert. So he got a free alligator, and that literally happened to him about 20 more times. So before he knew it, he had about 20 alligators running around in his backyard, and people were just stopping at his house and feeding his alligators and trying to interact with his alligators. So he opened up the sanctuary with about 20 alligators.
Yep, I see it on that.
Like it's just covered with a bunch of freckles. Just a bunch of freckles. Those are called integumentary sensory organs. So those integumentary sensory organs, or ISOs as we call them, are very sensitive. Each one's about 10,000 nerve inches. So that helps an alligator feel around in the water and detect prey really good. They're so sensitive that if you jump in a lake with an alligator in it, they can feel your heartbeat.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you throw a marshmallow in the water from about a half mile away, they can detect that. Very, very sensitive. And it gives them kind of a bad name because what it
Oh. One literally went on top of one of the crocodile alligator's head.
Yeah, so we're going to move into the greenhouse. We're going to see a couple little babies.
And she's been here a couple times, so.
Yeah.
I got that from somewhere else.
Yeah, we watch a lot of nature shows too.
I love nature shows. Love them.
Have you seen the new show, It's Something Bit Me, where they talk about stories?
I have seen that. I have seen that.
Learning more about alligators every day.
Yeah, that poor kid who got his arm ripped off or something down there in Mississippi.
7th grade.
It's only the middle school. Imagine the bigger one.
I mean, I'd be nervous if I saw one of them over there in the wild, something like this.
Feet away.
There you go.
So this beautiful guy right here, His name is Charlie. Charlie, before he came here,
Everyone get one first.
he gets big.
Nothing. Throw it all the way over
Did
there.
you have that living in your house?
Nothing. Come over here.
So he is an alpha male of this habitat.
Check it over
You'll
there.
notice that we've got all the other alligators that are running over here because we're feeding them. But none of them will actually have really big fat tails. And you'll see that some of the alligators out here have really big fat tails. So if you see a big fat tail and a big fat neck on an alligator, that's an alligator that can go about a year and a half without eating.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's reasons that these guys survived when the dinosaurs died out. And one of those reasons is they can go such a long time and they're so efficient when it comes to processing their food. So whereas one pellet will sustain them all day, you know, we feed them, we get a big old fat tail. Then in the winter, when we put them into their winter enclosure, they'll go into brumation. Brumation is like hibernation, except they're awake, they're conscious, they're just not eating, they're not moving around.
Look how big that
So you can put the juiciest steak cooked by Gordon Ramsay right
the
next
one
to
in
them,
the lawn.
and they won't touch it. Nothing, they want nothing.
Stop pushing mommy.
Yeah, he's pushing me off last year.
You're talking about like the documentaries when you see the
Cheeseburgers and pizza.
cheeseburgers and pizza. So you'll see that this habitat looks a little bit different than the other habitats. You'll see all these dugout trenches throughout this habitat. The other male alligators have actually dug out those trenches by themselves. So they dug them out because they wanted a place to get
where
water.
you can get it.
The Tom just will not let them in the water source. So that other big guy up front, his name is Spock. He dug out that whole area by himself. And if he in his own brain, he's the alpha alligator of this entire habitat. Because if anybody comes in his outfit, they're going to have a rude awakening. Unless Tom decides to go in his. Interesting.
I can't see.
So the alligator snapping turtle will go down to the bottom of a lake or a river and it will bury itself in mud. And then it'll stick its head up and open its mouth. And its tongue looks like a little worm. And it'll flick it back and forth. And it waits for a little fish or a crustacean or frog or something to come up and bite its tongue. And that's how he hunts. So you seen how big he was? Maybe not so good over there. They got a real good view over here. But these guys get up to about 150 to 200 pounds.
Wow.
Don't mess with that one.
So they're not cool. Tyrion is our
Down. 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 So whenever we're working with our alligators, it's really